have broken down in Tampa Bay. Vita Vea is in the same boat that Baker Mayfield is in, looking for a new contract, though the newest headline is that Baker Mayfield not even looking for that contract anymore because he and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have hit pause on those discussions. But the two sides have taken a different path. Baker Mayfield is going to play out the season on his current deal and could become a free agent at the end of the year if he is not surprised with some new contract that he loves at some point in the middle of the season, which is not going to happen. A man who was a hold-in OTAs is now requesting a trade, and he's doing so right before training camp, which is not ideal timing. Is it merely a stunt for a new contract, or is he that unhappy that the best defensive lineman on this team is ready to leave town? He's playing out the end of a 4-year, $73 million contract, and of course, who would be happy with that kind of money? Come on.
Not me.
How am I supposed to feed my family on $17 million a year?
The jock tax taking it all.
For sure. I'm having a hard time making rent this month. I'm kidding, sort of. Of course, I think he could get by on this, but if you have value, you have to extract that value at times that are advantageous for you. That's what Vita Vea is trying to do, and it's what his agent is trying to do, probably more so than the player, and it's smart. This is what these guys do. This is nothing new. This is complicated, though, as far as the evaluation for us, sitting as the armchair quarterbacks that we are. Vita Vea is an elite player on the surface. He's a run stuffer. He is not easily replaced. If he were not on this team, they're not just going to find someone else off the street that can give them what Vita Vea could potentially give them on the defensive line. But last year, the advanced numbers would tell you that he slid backwards. And there can be a lot of noise in that. You are sometimes a product of what's around you. There are 11 guys on defense, and if everybody else stinks, you're not going to be that good at your job, or at least the numbers aren't going to back that up. That's typically the way that this works. But the facts are the facts. He was 60th in tackle rate last year, according to PFF.com, at the defensive tackle position. 33rd in rush defense grade. 20th overall at the position. 20th overall for a guy who is now past the age of 30 years old that wants a monster contract extension. So if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are seeing that and they're going, okay, well, you're headed in the wrong direction and now we're supposed to give you all this guaranteed money. We love you. You helped us win a championship, but we can't tie up our finances in a guy that's past 30 at a position that does not age well. Defensive tackle, these guys fall off cliffs. It's like the running back position. But again, these are noisy numbers, so that does not mean everything. I mean, I also looked at, just to tell the other side of the story, because I still think he's an elite player, but from what my eyes tell me, the Bucs were one of 5 teams last year to allow less than 100 rushing yards per game, and he is a big part of that. So I think some of the advanced numbers take into account a little bit too much of what the overall defense is doing, and then docks your overall grade. He has likely, in my opinion, played his last game as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. You put yourself in the trade discussion prior to training camp, or as training camp opens up, to be even more accurate, I think it's an ominous sign of his future in Tampa and what this season is going to be for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Sorry if I missed this. Do we know if he's participating in training camp still, or is
he's showing up? Because if he doesn't show up, if he misses practice, then he gets docked a lot of money for every practice that he misses. So he'll be there, but he won't participate.
Okay, I understand.
Isn't that amazing, by the way, that that's how it works? That right. You can be like, I'm here, so pay me, but I'm not going to actually do anything.
Yeah, I wish I could do that. I wish I could look at you and be like, yeah, I'm going to sit here and look at this board, but I'm not going to touch a button. I agree with the Bucs.
I would have your back, by the way.
Oh, thank you. All right, cool. Well, maybe I'll try that sometime. I do agree with the Bucs. I feel like this is the right move. He does not fit the timeline. I don't think they, like you said, they don't want to admit that they're going to rebuild, but they have to. Like, this team is just getting old, and they have some young pieces they can rebuild around. It's just a couple pieces they need to tweak, and if you can get some draft picks for Vita Vea, especially when his value is high, you got to do it. I feel like you got to take the risk. of trading him away, even if the risk is not finding someone that can be like Vita Vea. But it's worth it when you can get draft picks and everything like that.
So I think the reason you do it is just so that you're not the team that pays him. And here's the thing that Bucs fans don't want to hear on top of your team is quietly going through a rebuild right now that they don't want to admit out loud, but they are. We talked about that weeks ago on this show. And now look, now it's in neon on the highway. And you on your way to $1 place. It's like, hey, look, we're in a rebuild. We're not going to say it, but it's happening. This is happening. I don't think Vita Vea fetches that much in the trade market. This is not Myles Garrett. You're talking about a defensive tackle who's past 30 years old, coming off of a down year, that wants a big contract. Teams are not going to trip over themselves to give up a first-round pick for a guy like this.
No, but you can get a solid second, maybe an early third.
I think if you're lucky, you get a second-round pick. I think realistically, you're looking at a third for trading Vita Vea.
You can get a late second for Vita Vea.
If we're going to quibble over late second, third, well,
if they're making if they're making a trade in training camp, they don't know where that second round pick realistically is going to land. You're taking the risk.
If you trade with a team that would want to move a pick to bring in Vita Vea is probably not going to fetch a high second round pick. No, so most likely you're talking about pick your favorite contender, the Chiefs. If the Rams can't convince Aaron Donald to come out of retirement, maybe they make a move.
But he wants a contract extension. They're not going to give him that extension that he wants.
So it's got to be one of those teams. And a lot of teams short up the interior of the defensive line. Think about a team that would be an obvious candidate for this, if they didn't already make a move like this, would be the Bengals. The Bengals' offense is elite, and their defense stinks. They can't stop the run. So what did they do? They took a top 10 pick and they flipped it for Dexter Lawrence. Plays the same position as Vita Vea. So there's one option lost. Maybe the Bears. Maybe teams like that. There's got to be. I'm sure there are a lot of teams out there that could use a defensive tackle.
The Raiders.
But the Raiders,
I saw he was interested in going to the Raiders, and that's the only reason I bring that up.
I like it. Hey, I'm a little high on the Raiders this year. I'd be even higher on them if they got Vita Vea. But to bring it back to Tampa Bay, I think I mentioned this before. This is why they were slow to extend Baker Mayfield. This is not a team that thinks they can win right now. I think this is a team in transition. They lost Mike Evans in the offseason, leader on offense. They lost Levante David, team leader on defense. Todd Bowles is as much a lame duck coach as any in the NFL. If they don't achieve something really impressive this year, they're going to fire him. He's on his fourth offensive coordinator in 4 years, and that's not all a bad thing because Dave Canales was so good he got himself a head coaching job. Same thing with Liam Cohen. But the problem is once you start replacing those guys every single year, you should know this as an Eagles fan because this happens to you all the time. Sometimes you get it right, but most of the time you don't. It's really hard to replace elite coaches at the coordinator spots. Look at the Lions last year. The Lions lost their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator, and then they stunk it up. Ben Johnson, gone. Offense struggled. Aaron Glenn, gone. Defense struggled. And health was a part of that, but it is hard to replace those guys. Last year, they fell off a cliff offensively. Some of it was injury-related, but this Grizzard guy at offensive coordinator didn't do a good job. He got fired, so they're on to their next. Zach Robinson, now their offensive coordinator. They were 1-7 from November on last year. Bucky Irving struggled mentally, physically, 3.4 yards per carry last year. Baker posted his lowest passer rating in 3 seasons. And Chris Godwin is washed. Why would I be excited about the Bucs?
No, you shouldn't be. They could very well lose the division this year. They could come in 4th place. I think their highest point is 2nd. There's no way they're winning this division. 2nd's a lucky season, if you ask me. I think they're 3rd or 4th in this division.
And every one of these teams is so close to one another as well. The Saints, the Panthers, the Falcons, and I'm buying stock on all these teams. Not everyone can finish in first place in the rat race that is the NFC South. More Game On, your favorite afternoon show, returns right after this.
Game On with with Bianchi and Kravitz will be back right after this.
You know how recruiting works in college sports. You don't just grab any player. You find the right one to fit your system. That's how Trajan Wealth builds portfolios. They're not bound to one line of products. As an independent firm, they can customize a wealth management plan built around your goals, your timeline, and your values. When I met with them, they listened first. Then they educated me on my options and never once tried to sell me something I didn't need. It's truly never too early to plan for retirement, whether it's decades away or just around the corner. They help me build a plan with less guesswork and more peace of mind. I'm a client now, and I couldn't be happier. Call Trajan Wealth today at 1-855-TRAJAN1 and tell them Mike Bianchi sent you, or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client, paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
We are full bore into the summer, and you know what that means. Family road trips, backyard cookouts, cannonballs into the pool, and nothing ruins a good time faster than a surprise plumbing disaster. At Gomez Plumbing, their family has been keeping your family's pipes flowing smoothly for over 40 years. Whether it's a clogged drain before a big barbecue or a leaky pipe right before you're packing for vacation, they've got you covered. Don't let plumbing problems steal your summer fun. Call Gomez Plumbing and get back to making memories with your family. And guess what? They're growing as well. Gomez Plumbing is expanding, and they're hiring an experienced plumber to join their team. Competitive hourly pay, full benefits, and a company vehicle. So if you're ready to work with a trusted, family-owned company that will treat you as one of their own, call 407-322-0042 to apply today. Gomez Plumbing, your pipes, our family.
Men, if you're relying on pills or injections for ED, you know the downsides. Planning your intimacy, side effects, and results that don't last. At the Firm Men's Clinic in Orlando, we use advanced, non-invasive acoustic wave therapy to treat the root cause. Perform naturally again. No pills, needles, or surgery. Call pound 250 on your cell phone now and say the keyword, The Firm. Men of all ages are seeing real results at the Firm Men's Clinic. Call pound 250 on your cell phone now and say the keyword, The Firm, to set up your free confidential consultation.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 689-281-8395 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. Call 689-281-8395 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 689-281-8395 for fast, easy, and affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinic treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 689-281-8395.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 25% upfront bonus? And are they promising you up to 9% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They aren't. That's up to $25,000 upfront or up to $9,000 per year on $100,000 guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in most states has Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Listen to 96.9 The Game in your smart home. Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game on iHeart Radio. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
Hey, I'll be home in about 10 minutes. Actually, make it 8.
Hey, Mom. Yep, I'm walking home now. Mom, I'm trying to cross, but I don't think this driver sees me. No, they're driving too fast. Mom!
Speeding catches up with you.
Early, on time, a little late, just get there safely. A message from the Florida Department of Transportation's Target Zero initiative.
This summer, the heat is on in Orlando as the second annual Florida Open 9-Ball Pool Championship takes over the Caribe Royale Orlando Resort from August 4th through the 9th with the world's best billiards players battling it out for glory. Expect world-class competition, non-stop action, jaw-dropping shots, and an unforgettable atmosphere. This isn't just a tournament, it's the sport at its absolute best. Single-day tickets and multi-day passes are selling fast. Head to Ticketmaster or MatchRoomPool.com now to grab yours before they're gone.
Turn your sports knowledge into strategy. On Webull's prediction markets, your opinions become tradable positions. Buy yes or no contracts on game outcomes and adjust your position throughout. Watch the market move in real time and even join the conversation in Webull's community as the clock runs down. Beat the final whistle and download the Webull app today to explore prediction markets and get started with less than $1. That's WEBULL on your app store today. Event contract trading involves significant risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Sports-related event contracts are restricted in Nevada and Maryland. Webull Futures LLC is a CFTC registered FCM and NFA member. Event contract accounts are not SIPC protected. Review risks and disclosures before trading. Webull.com/disclosures.
O'Reilly. It may be sunny out now, but severe storm season is just around the corner. Your local O'Reilly Auto Parts has the emergency supplies you may need, including generators, tarps, emergency lighting, and cleanup supplies. Prepare now for severe storms ahead with a visit to the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
This report is sponsored by Staples. All right, it's officially the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, 20% off for teachers, and more. Check out all the deals at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeart Radio app.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for today, it does feature a day with hot and humid temperatures once again, with a high of 95 degrees in Orlando, but feels like temperatures will reach a range as high as 105 to 109 or even 110. We have a heat advisory in place from 11 o'clock through 7 p.m., so just make sure you're taking it easy outside and staying cool and hydrated. We'll see additional rounds of afternoon and evening showers and storms as well. It'll say pretty hit and miss compared to yesterday, but plan for around a 50% chance of rain. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
Enough of this rat poison. Let the coaches do the talking. It's time for Coach Speak. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Our daily source of inspiration and motivation, brought to you by a place that will motivate and inspire you and your youngins. Professional wrestling classes over at House of Champions for adults 16 plus, and they have kids classes, which is so cool. I wish this existed when I was a kid. 8 to 15 years old, they'll take you in. Safe, structured coaching with a focus on confidence, respect, and athletic development. So especially if you have a shy kid who's really into pro wrestling, this is a great way, even if you don't think they're going to become John Cena one day, but don't tell them that, then you can put them in these classes and they can learn how to socialize, how to present themselves on a microphone. There are life skills to be invested in here. Located in Longwood, serving families across Central Florida, and the first class is always free. Head to thehocpro.com. Your dream starts here. Here is the quote. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. This from Amelia Earhart. Ever heard of it?
How could he not? They found their plane not too long ago, didn't they?
I don't know. This is news to me.
I saw something about it on Twitter like 2 months ago. I don't know how true it is. It's Twitter. You never know.
You know, I haven't watched a good documentary in a while. I bet there is a banger of an Amelia Earhart documentary out there.
It's probably on Netflix. I guarantee there is.
They got one about Pompeii that just came out. I think I might have to watch that. But Anyway, back to the quote. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. When you think about any big life decision that you've had or any big move that you've made, the most difficult part is the decision to start. Like when I got into broadcasting, the mental gymnastics I had to go through just to get myself to be like, I think I'm going to try this, and to actually do it, and to make the steps to actually get into how do you start? Who do you talk to? Where do I go? Should I even do it? Is there a career to be had here? All of those things that you ask yourself before any big life decision, and then after you make it and you jump into that water, everything from that point on is just basically how hard are you willing to work? It's no longer, and that part, if you have that sort of tenacity inside of you, that part's easy to unlock that side. I think the hardest part, this quote really hits for me because the toughest part is that decision to just go for whatever the thing is that you're after.
Yeah, the first thought of mine was the gym when I thought it with that quote, because it's so hard to get in the gym for me. It's so hard. But once I actually get a routine and I'm going, I'll knock it out. But now I'm out of the routine, so I'm not going anymore. And it just made me think about, like, damn, I need to go.
It reminds me of the quote that we had months ago. It was one of my favorite because it was so simple, yet it hit so hard. Was the heaviest weight at the gym is the front door?
Yes, it is.
That's it.
Yeah. It's really hard to lift for me. I go,
okay, I'll go back to the car.
Yeah, and I'm going home. NCAA's out. I'll go play that.
Today I've got a list for you, and this is in reference to Grade the Take, which is coming up at the top of the 4 o'clock hour, and the condiment that Jaden did not tell me about at Publix. The 1930s sauce.
It's fantastic. It's amazing.
The guy who was making my sub, I think part of the reason why I liked it so much is he was selling the hell out of this thing. I ordered it. He didn't tell me, hey, you got to try this. But once I did, you could see him, the hearts bulging out of his eyes, looking like the emoji. There was drool that he had to catch so it wouldn't fall into my sub. And he goes, this sauce, have you tried it yet? And I said, no. And he said, this is the best condiment I've ever had. I put it on my chicken tender sub the other day. Best decision I've ever made in my life. And I thought you should probably make better decisions in life. But he was really into it. And it got me fully invested. He sold the sauce well, and it delivered. Now, I've only had it one time, so I'm not going to put it in my top 5. But this is my top 5 condiments.
Let's hear it.
Mayonnaise. Spicy ketchup.
Ooh.
Brown mustard. Cold ranch dressing. It's got to be cold. It's got to be, I want restaurant out of the refrigerator ranch dressing. Not the thick one. The kind of
like
watery
Hidden
one.
Valley. You don't want like that Hidden Valley
No,
stuff.
no. There is a huge divide.
There is. There really is.
Between the store-bought ranch and restaurant ranch dressing. Like, go to Chili's and ask for a side of ranch. That ranch is not the same as the ranch that sits in my refrigerator.
Gators Dockside Ranch? Whew.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Almost every restaurant that prides itself on good bar food nails the ranch dressing. And then the last one, I'm going with a specific brand, Huey Magoo's sauce.
Ooh. I like that.
Ketchup. I thought putting ketchup on there was a little boring, so I added the spice. There's this Whataburger makes a spicy ketchup that you can buy at Publix.
Okay, I got like the jalapeno ketchup at home. I really enjoy that. That's pretty solid.
I like some sriracha. Not having a hot sauce on here didn't feel right, but mayonnaise is a must. Mayonnaise is a lock. Mayonnaise is like if we're doing the Mount Rushmore, that's the George Washington.
Hot take.
You can't leave it off.
Mayonnaise reaches my worst condiments list. I'm not a mayonnaise guy. Wow, you almost choked when I said that. Yeah, mayonnaise is not my thing. I just not feeling it.
Oh my God, it's just great on everything.
I don't know. There's something about it. Even as a kid, I didn't like it.
Oh,
like if you don't tell me there's mayonnaise on it, I'll eat it. But if I know there's mayonnaise on it, I'm not touching it.
All right, was my list too dull? Did I need
You need a sriracha in there. I feel like you have to have a hot sauce. Really, any brand works for me, but sriracha's my favorite.
I'm good with. I wasn't overly committed to this list, as you can tell. I'm good bumping off a mustard for sriracha.
Yeah, I feel like I'm also like a child, so I like honey mustard. I don't really like regular
honey
mustard.
Mustard would be in a top 5 for anybody that's 12 and under.
Yeah, well, I'm 21, so it counts. Just flip the numbers.
Listen, honey though, in general.
Oh, but do we count that as a condiment?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that's where we trip up a little bit.
It's more like a sauce.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could, like hot honey. Would you consider that a condiment?
Hot honey is a condiment.
Because I might put that in my top 5 then.
I don't know why there's a difference, but in my mind there's a difference between the two. Mayo, ketchup, sriracha, cold restaurant ranch dressing, and Huey Magoo's sauce. That is the top 5 right now. Text in 50857.
You like relish?
Yeah, I like relish.
Would you add that to a top 5?
No, that's not a top 5. I mean, that would just be so easily. If you said to me right now, hey, bad news, all the relish is going to give you diarrhea like the lettuce. You can't ever, and they're never going to fix it. This is now just for a forever problem with relish.
Yeah, I can live.
I wouldn't even bat an eye.
I just started liking relish. I can live without it. You're right.
3 o'clock hour continues in a moment. We've got Grade the Take coming up. The cup of takes is so full. We have 3 apiece, and we will spew our best opinions and some of our worst, presumably, coming up at the top of the 4 o'clock hour. Don't miss it.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Some sports fans will call this the slow period until football season, but with Hard Rock Bet, we just call it baseball season. We're talking games on every day. There's action always on the Hard Rock Bet app. You can bet on your favorite teams, players, build epic same-game parlays. You can even live bet every inning until the final out. So pick your spots, grab your bat, step into the box, and swing for the fences over on Hard Rock Bet. Today, I am back on the diamond grind. Nationals, Blue Jays over 8.5. I expect you to be writing these down. Yankees, there he goes. Yankees, White Sox over 8.5 runs at plus money. Brewers, Giants under 7.5 runs, because you got to eat your veggies with these unders when you're betting on baseball. College football markets are available as well if you've got a good beat on who you think is going to win some of these conferences across the sports. Maybe you're thumbing through the magazines like me and you've got an inkling on how this season is going to go. If you've got friends, refer them to Hard Rock Bet and you'll both score a bonus bet up to $50. That's $50 for you and $50 for them. Bet together, win together, and get the party started over on Hard Rock Bet. Payable in bonus bets and not a cash offer offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
All southbound lanes are blocked on Goldenrod Road at Colonial Drive. You can use Forsyth or Severin Boulevard as alternate routes there. There's a crash getting cleared up off to the shoulder on I-4 eastbound near World Drive. A crash reported on I-Drive near Vineland Avenue. Some parts of I-4 might be wet. We had some scattered showers roll in earlier. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center, I'm James Birmingham.
This is the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi, keeping it real. Let's be honest about something. In Florida, air conditioning isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. That's why having an AC company you trust is just as important as having a car mechanic you trust. For my home, that company is Ziegler Air Conditioning. Jason and his crew just celebrated 40 years of cooling Central Florida, and their maintenance program is second to none. They perform a detailed 25-point system check, clean the drain lines, change the filters, lubricate every moving part, and make sure everything is running efficiently before the hot season really kicks in. And here's something else I really like. Their technicians aren't paid commissions. That means they're not trying to upsell you on something you don't need. They're paid well to do good, honest work, period. That's the kind of company you want taking care of something as important as your AC. So give them a call at 407-245-8765, 407-245-8765. Ziegler Air Conditioning. Don't ever lose your cool.
$1,000.
Hour after hour, day after day.
It could be yours. With Bonus Bucks, listen for the keyword every hour each weekday for your chance to win $1,000. This contest brought to you locally by Mark Spain Real Estate.
If you're thinking about selling your home this summer, there's no better time than now. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can skip the market uncertainty and sell your home hassle-free and for top dollar. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
This is Monty Montgomery, producer of Our American Stories. In our next episode, one man shares a story of how hawking hot dogs at MLB games changed his life. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Men, if you're relying on pills or injections for ED, you know the downsides, planning your intimacy, side effects, and results that don't last. At the Firm Men's Clinic in Orlando, we use advanced, non-invasive acoustic wave therapy to treat the root cause. Perform naturally again, no pills, needles, or surgery. Call pound 250 on your cell phone now and say the keyword, The Firm. Men of all ages are seeing real results at the Firm Men's Clinic. Call pound 250 on your cell phone now and say the keyword, The Firm, to set up your free confidential consultation.
Most families get their financial advice in pieces. A financial advisor here, a CPA there, an estate attorney somewhere else. Everyone means well, but nobody's talking to each other, and those gaps can work against you. Trajan Wealth's family office brings wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning together. Not as separate conversations, but as one coordinated system built around your life, your goals, and the people who matter most. Ours is a true family office, not one that refers you out because it's convenient. This kind of dedicated collaboration used to require a 7-figure net worth, but here's the game changer. Trajan kicked that door open. Trajan advisors are fiduciaries, always obligated, always honored to act in your best interest. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax.
This summer, the heat is on in Orlando as the second annual Florida Open 9-Ball Pool Championship takes over the Caribe Royale Orlando Resort from August 4th through the 9th with the world's best billiards players battling it out for glory. Expect world-class competition, non-stop action, jaw-dropping shots, and an unforgettable atmosphere. This isn't just a tournament. It's the sport at its absolute best. Single-day tickets and multi-day passes are selling fast. Head to Ticketmaster or MatchroomPool.com now to grab yours before they're gone.
Remember when everyone was creating those LeBron tribute songs? Now it's your time to shine. Create your own with Smile Tunes. Honor your favorite player, team, or your Little League star with a custom song from Smile Tunes. Visit SmileTunes.com and create your own anthem today.
Is your AC working overtime? OUC customers can upgrade to a high-efficiency HVAC system and get money back with rebates. So staying cool means saving more. Don't just go green, get green. Visit OUC.com/getgreen.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
You've got takes, hot ones, questionable ones, the kind that your group chat can't handle. But we here on Game On absolutely can. With iHeartRadio's TalkBack feature, we call it the Rage Cage, you're not just listening to Game On, you're in the game. Tap the mic, drop your take, and send it straight to the show. Think Bianchi and I are completely wrong, which you probably do? Let us know. Search 96.9 The Game on iHeartRadio. Hit that talkback button because sports talk shouldn't be a one-way street.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Monster Jam trucks team up with freestyle motocross bikes to deliver gravity-defying skills and thrills at the Kia Center in downtown Orlando for 3 shows on Saturday, August 8th and 9th. Get ready for the event that will change everything you thought you knew about freestyle. Monster Jam Freestyle Mania, presented by Spin Master. It's an adrenaline rush you can only experience live, and 96.9 The Game has your hookup to win tickets. Download our free iHeart Radio app. Make us your #1 preset, and then click the contest link to enter to win. Get more info at 969thegame.com. WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
This is Anthony Black with the Orlando Magic, and you're locked into Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
I have never gotten a pedicure.
It's a delight.
I never will.
Yeah, no, it's
I am
great.
completely against pedicures for dudes.
Why? What for?
You're a dude. You're not supposed to get pedicures.
Yes, you are. Nothing wrong with being pampered. It's a delight.
No. I am so against this. This is a thing for me.
You're coming with me.
Dudes should not be getting pedicures.
Who am I told is laughing at this? Monica. Jay Will. Can we put them up there? Feel good. Jay Will.
Just nasty feet, Dan. Just nasty feet.
My feet are awful. I totally agree. But I'd rather have awful feet than get pedicures.
I agree, Dan.
Oh my God, Dan. Caveman Dan. What an old man take.
I agree with them.
What is wrong with getting your toes taken care of?
I feel like that kind of shreds a little bit of my masculinity a little bit. I'm just gonna, I don't know.
Because you got so much you're trying to hang on to.
Yeah, well, I know I have the nose piercing, so you look at me and you're like, but like,
and
I gotta have something.
And Dan Orlovsky's a pretty metrosexual looking guy.
Hey, I agree with
That's
him.
a weak take. F take from Dan Orlovsky.
A plus.
I think if you have that level of insecurity that you can't have somebody clean up your feet, I think that says more about you than anybody else that's going there to get it done.
Another thing with it is my feet are nasty, man. Why, if I don't want to touch my feet, why would someone else want to touch my feet?
They're getting paid. Give them a little extra tip.
Yeah, I see. And then now I got a tip, and it's just that.
Well, if you don't want to spend the money on it, I mean, if you say like, if the take is, I don't think it's worth the money. I'm fine. That's up to you. It's a business, and it's up to you as a consumer on how you spend your money. But if it's just like, your manlyhood, like, get over yourself, dude.
Nah, dude, I'm a man. I'm a man.
Okay, I don't even cook my steak. I eat a roll. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Yeah, talk about me.
Get out of here. So. I told you yesterday, 32 teams in 32 days.
Who we on today?
We got a text saying I need daily breakdowns. So I got a mini breakdown for you.
Let's hear it.
Today, ready? It's got to come with the wallpaper look. If you're looking we are live on YouTube right now as well. If you can see that,
it's off.
Oh, okay, that went away quickly. All right, it's kind of like this is the most AI background that I've had so far. I'm not really into the AI stuff, but this one was really cool. This it's like a Texans football player with the Houston skyline in the background.
I couldn't tell what team that was supposed to be.
It keeps going away when I'm showing that to you, but today is the Houston Texans. Houston Texans, a pretty easy read. The thing that I learned about them, though, is they have a real divisional round problem. Over the course of their history, recent years and throughout their history, they've been to the playoffs 9 times in their existence. They're the youngest team in the NFL, so that's not that bad. They've been to the playoffs 9 times. They've won the wild card round game 7 times. They have lost in the divisional round all 7 times. They have never won a divisional round game in the playoffs. They get there, and then they hit the wall. And last year was no different. They beat the Steelers in the wild card round. Then they get to the divisional round against the Patriots, and C.J. Stroud had us all questioning what the rest of his career is going to look like. That's how bad he was. He turned the ball over several times, but over the course of the season, last year, that was not a problem. They had 12 turnovers on the season last year. 5 of those occurred in the first 3 weeks of the season. So they had 7 turnovers week 4 and on, with one of the best defenses in the league. It was them and the Denver Broncos, Seattle Seahawks. Those were the elites of the elite in terms of defense. Their offense has to be better. This is a very simple analysis. They didn't do a lot in the offseason, but they did add David Montgomery, 18th total offense last year. If they can be better on the ground and C.J. Stroud gets his head screwed on straight, and they're able to open up the passing game a little bit more, we know the defense is going to show up. So this is a pretty easy team to figure out. Elite defensively, they'll go as far as the offense allows them.
I feel like that's the Texans every single year for their whole existence, pretty much.
Yeah. So this year is no different. D'Amico Ryan's kind of under the gun. They've got to get it done in the playoffs, and ideally for them, they've got to get it done beyond the divisional round for the first time in their existence. Grade the Take coming up 60 seconds away.
Bianchi and Kravitz better grab their pen and paper because they're headed to school. It's time to grade the tape.
It's time to let them fly. Grade the Take here on Game On. You can hit us up, by the way, on the iHeart Radio Talkback. You can text in as well, 50857. Grade the Take today is going to be a spin-off of what our daily list is, which is the top 5 condiments out there in the condiment verse. I had mayonnaise, spicy ketchup, or you can just go regular ketchup, whatever. We don't need to get caught up in the ketchups. Sriracha. I specifically like the Tabasco sriracha. I actually think is better than the traditional one. Cold ranch dressing. So we're talking like from the restaurant, straight out of the refrigerator, and Huey Magoo's sauce. Those are the top 5 for me. Getting some good nominations on the text line. Like the Frank's Red Hot sauce. Hard to go wrong with that. It is good on everything. I agree with that text message. If we had a list that went to 10, the Frank's Red Hot is definitely on there. It's good on everything. Bang Bang sauce from Publix, the sweet Thai chili.
He said that was least honorable mention, by the way. He's not feeling the Bang Bang sauce at Publix. And I just got to say, you're wrong. Those fried shrimp in the Bang Bang sauce, fantastic. But now they're packets and they're not in a cup, so it does drag it down a little bit.
Do love me some Bang Bang sauce. Sweet Thai chili as well is one of those things that I love the idea of sweet Thai chili. I love the way it tastes. And there are so few things that I have that I say to myself, I got to put sweet Thai chili on this.
It goes on everything.
But it feels like it's versatile, but it's almost too versatile. I need like a sweet, there's no like, this dish gets sweet Thai chili. Like a hot dog gets ketchup and mustard. Right. I need like a thing.
Chicken.
But there's all this other stuff.
Well, yeah, you could just make very like
ranch, barbecue. Like how many many dips do I need?
You're not tossing your chicken in ranch.
And by the way, nobody mentioning barbecue sauce yet is an oversight.
Overrated.
Oh my God!
Overrated.
With the mayonnaise, now with the barbecue sauce. Okay, I got to collect myself. It is time to get your ruler out, your number 2 pencil, and your abacus. We're headed to school. As I mentioned, this is a spin-off of our daily list today. So we're going hot sauce style, delivering 3 takes apiece, mild, medium, and hot. And it's exactly what it sounds like. The mild take is one C's get degrees. You're just trying to get on the board with the mild take. Medium, middle of the road, and you're saving your best stuff for the hot take. You're trying to get that A+ with the last one. So that's the theme of Grade the Take today, a slight variant with our cohort Mike Bianchi on the shelf. So we got a little more time to comb through these.
For a second, I thought you were about to say we're going for sauce hot takes, and I was like, oh, that is not what I came with. I do not have condiment hot takes.
Yes, you do. Apparently, you said barbecue sauce is overrated.
Well, clearly, I'm not the only one that thinks that.
It's not accurate, but it's at least hot. So I would have given you a B for that. My mild take, Bill Belichick is entering his final season with North Carolina. Things are falling apart. Despite calling themselves the 33rd NFL team, they won 4 games last year, 3 against FBS competition. It's just not working out. Now, their quote-unquote GM, Michael Lombardi, has been put on paid administrative leave. I guess I don't know what to believe of what's out there, so I'm not going to get into it, but it seems like the guy's a creep, and that is the reason why they've dismissed him. This just isn't working out, and I was dead wrong. I want to be very clear. Hand up here. I was in the camp that said Belichick's about to coach circles around all these other middling coaches in the ACC. You have to have talent in college football, and he is not acquiring it at the moment. So it seems like he's over his skis. Belichick last year at UNC is my mild take.
Yeah, I think that is a mild take. I think it's going to go either of two ways. They're going to be like, oh, he can actually coach in college and they're somehow kind of decent, or it's going to be another 4-win season and he'll be gone by the end of the year and his son will take over.
And his contract is one that they could buy out of. It's like $30 million after this year, which for UNC...
pennies.
It's kind of a drop in the bucket for them. If they really wanted to move off of him, that's not going to prohibit them in the same way that Mike Norvell's giant contract prohibits Florida State. So what's my grade? What do I get?
I told you I can give you
You said I agree it's mild.
Oh, it is a mild take. To me, that's C. I'll give you a C. I'll give you a C.
All right, what's your mild take?
All right, my mild take is the Miami Dolphins will be the first team to go 0-17.
Oh, my God. I don't know. That's like a B. That's like a B plus. I mean, he didn't really give me a lot of context behind that, but
well, I was looking at their schedule, and I mean, we can just run through it real quick. The only 2 realistic games I see them beating are the Jets. I mean, they got the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Vikings, the 49ers, the Raiders, the Patriots, the Colts, the Bills, the Broncos, the Bears, the Packers, the Chargers. All these games are very, very, very much losable for them.
Well, they will probably be underdogs in every single game that they play. It is just so hard to go over in the NFL. You have to be so embarrassingly bad. And I don't think the Dolphins are going to be that. I think they will play somewhat respectable football with a lack of overall talent where they lose the majority of their games. But I find myself more hopeful on them exceeding their very, very, very low expectations. And yours could not be any lower than that. But that was a hot take, so that's why you get a B+. And my medium take is from something I saw from Trey McBride. Not that he's a 99 in Madden. He went on a podcast recently and said, quote, living in Arizona, no one's from Arizona. Everyone's kind of moved in from another state, so they're all fans of their own teams. So now you have the Arizona that sits there, and there's no Arizona fans in Arizona, so it's a tough deal. Hopefully we start winning some games, and we can bring some of those fans back. So he was essentially saying that they've got fake-ass fans in Arizona.
They're the Marlins of the NFL.
This is the take, though. There is nothing to be gained from current athletes going on podcasts. They should have it written into their contracts that they are forbidden from going on these podcasts.
I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
I'm giving you an A+, because these NFL players, NBA players, all of them, Jaylen Brown included, not going on a podcast but doing his own Twitch streams, just cause so much chaos and drama. They need to stay away from everything about it.
It's not worth it. Do that after your career, all the podcasts you want. Go on the shows, have your own show.
I agree.
And for the record, I perhaps come across like a hypocrite because I'm in radio, do podcasting. I think radio interviews, especially for like the local affiliate of the team that you're on, that's different. You're hitting on what's the team doing right now. It's usually like a quick 8-minute interview, and then you're on with it. The podcasting stuff, they dive so much deeper, and these guys feel so comfortable saying whatever, and it's still going out there the same way, but your guard is down when you're doing a podcast. And if I were running a team, I would want no part of that. If the second I saw one of my players is on a podcast, I would dry heave into a wastebasket. I hate that idea.
$25 fine for every podcast you do. Or $25,000. I was thinking my pockets for a second, because that would affect me.
All right, what's your medium take?
LeBron's going to be playing mostly point guard this upcoming season for the 76ers.
You stole my hot take.
Did I really? He'll be the fourth or fifth option, just worrying about passing. My take is he will break the single season average for assists. John Stockton holds it with 14.5. I believe he will have 15 and break the record.
Okay, I like that. That's an A take right there. And it leads perfectly into my hot take.
No, well,
it
was
was similar in its base, but different in its punctuation. LeBron chose Philly because of the point guard role that he was given. Think about it. It's still July, and we're hearing LeBron as the point guard. That means that they had conversations about this to help to lure LeBron James. Hey, come here. You can be our point guard. And what clicked for him, because he's constantly chasing the ghost of Michael Jordan, he knows that he's got to win 3 more championships to get the LeBron, the MJ sycophants off his back, and he's not going to do that. So how can he establish himself as undoubtedly the best overall player in the history of the NBA, play point guard, something Michael Jordan never did, and be great at it? And while you might not get all of the MJ lovers off of MJ, he can say he's already the scoring champion of all time. If he's also ends his career as an elite point guard, he can say, I'm undoubtedly the best overall player in the history of basketball.
That's an A. That's an A.
We crushed it today.
Yeah, no, you did good. And guess what? This one, I'm flipping it up on you all together. Everything's been soccer, or football, baseball. We're going to soccer for my hot take. All right? The Orlando City has got more followers than the Tampa Bay Rays on Instagram. They just passed them, I believe, either last night or early this morning. The Lions have gained 47,000 followers in the month of July alone. All right? Here's my hot take. Soccer will overtake baseball, and soccer will become way bigger than baseball within the next 4 years. And I have some proof. All
right, what's the proof?
Soccer counts over 3 million registered youth participation against all youth around the U.S., all right? Baseball only has 2.5 million. All right, so soccer's already ahead in the youth. Soccer's just going to keep getting bigger in America, and it's going to bypass baseball.
Wow. I cannot deny the A quality of that take. That's A+.
I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss
What a day. What a day for the takes. Brought it with the context, the delivery, the uniqueness of it.
I give myself like a B- for the delivery. Could have delivered it a little better.
That's what the people are coming for right there. That was good. Grade the take. That might have been our best one yet. Up next, Heisman hopefuls and who won't win the award. That's next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
This is the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi, from backyard barbecues to baseball games. Summer in Florida is meant to be enjoyed, but it's also a time when homeowners need to think about storm protection. Renewal by Anderson's Acclaim Impact windows are built to help safeguard your home from Florida's challenging weather conditions. Their durable Fibrex construction is twice as strong as vinyl, and every window and door is custom built to fit your home's exact specifications. To celebrate America's 250th anniversary, Florida homeowners can take advantage of $250 $1,000 off every window and door in their replacement project this month only. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. It's a limited time offer built around protection, comfort, and value. Restrictions apply. So whether you're in Central Florida, the Gulf Coast, or in Jacksonville, visit bestwindowsflorida.com. That's bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets quality.
There's a couple accidents slowing you down this afternoon. All lanes are blocked still southbound on Goldenrod Road at Colonial Drive. Use Forsyth. Semarin Boulevard as alternate routes. I-4 westbound at Conroy Road. 2 left lanes are blocked. That's causing some stop and go. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways, and if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
I am so excited to talk to you about my brand new partner, House of Champions, Central Florida's premier pro wrestling training center right in my neck of the woods in Longwood, offering classes for ages 8 to 15 in a safe, structured environment led by experienced coaches. House of Champions is the most recent Best of Florida winner for Best Sports Leagues, Camps, and Clinics, recognized for creating an unforgettable experience that helps kids grow both in and out of the ring. No experience is necessary, and every family can start with a free class. It's a fun, unique way to keep kids active, help them make friends, and discover what they're capable of. So if you have a kid who's interested in pro wrestling, may I suggest the best spot in town, House of Champions, located in Longwood, serving families across Central Florida. And remember, your first class is always free. Head to thehocpro.com. Your dream starts here.
Our iHeart Radio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena, streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Shows, meals, drinks, even a roller coaster ride. All-inclusive 2-night stay at Luxor or Excalibur, starting at $330 for 2. Visit MGMResorts.com.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. At some point, body pain may creep in and become your reality that day. But Aleve is here to keep you moving. One pill gives you up to 12 hours of body pain relief. So don't let pain hold you back. Try Aleve today. Use as directed.
25 weeks comes down to this.
You ready?
3 wide under the lights. 0 margin for error. Everything on the line. Flirting with 200 miles per hour in the place where this journey began. Race 26, the final hunt for a spot in the chase. The Coke Zero Sugar 400 weekend at Daytona, August 28th through 29th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Hi, this is Mike Lester with Talon Wealth and the Guarding Your Nest Egg radio show, and I have another investment idea for those seeking great returns with limited risk. Recently, we did a structured note for our clients, paying them 18.75% per year for 4 years, and it was great for clients seeking income or growth and principal protection. The note was based on the S&P, gold, and silver, and our clients won't lose principal as long as none of the ETFs are down more than 40% 4 years from when we placed the trade, and the bank guaranteeing them doesn't default. This isn't an offer because we already traded this note, and structured notes aren't for everyone. But if you would like to know more about how structured notes work and what we currently have available, just give us a call at 407-606-6000.
Advisory services offered through Talent Private Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The opinions voiced and information provided in this material are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual.
There's only one sport with games to bet every day the rest of the summer, and there's only one legal app to bet it. Bet baseball on Hard Rock Bet, your home to bet home runs, strikeouts, even the next at-bat. It's secure and regulated, so your money is safe. Step up to the plate with towering parlays that can turn a dollar bet into a max payout up to $2 million.
It's out of here!
Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
I scream. You scream. We all scream.
Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
What's up, fam? I'm sports journalist Ari Chambers.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Sam J.
And we're the hosts of Everyone Watches Women's Sports, a new podcast from Together and iHeart Women's Sports.
We're breaking down the biggest headlines.
Naomi Osaka showing out.
Shout out to you, Naomi.
The viral moments.
I've been obsessed with Krishan Rock's boxing journey. She looks good. Her combos are swift.
And the stories everyone's talking about across women's sports.
Because everyone watches women's sports.
Open your free iHeart Radio app
and search Everyone Watches Women's Sports and listen now.
Now here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Green. That's green. Enter it now.
969thegame.com. Hey, it's the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi. Think about this. You'd never buy a car without taking it for a test drive, right? So why would you spend thousands on appliances you've never actually seen in action? That's what makes Aggressive Appliances different. Their live kitchen showroom lets you experience real working refrigerators, ovens, dishwashers, and more before you make your decision. You'll hear them, see them, even feel how they perform. But what really separates Aggressive Appliances is their people. They are appliance experts who receive training directly from the manufacturers themselves. So you're getting knowledgeable advice instead of a sales pitch. And unlike the big box stores, delivery, installation, and service are all handled in-house by the Aggressive team. Their commitment doesn't end when you make the purchase. They're with you every step of the way, making sure everything is installed properly and serviced by people who know the products. That's the Aggressive difference. You can check them out at aggressiveappliances.com. That's aggressiveappliances.com. Don't shop passive, shop aggressive.
Be aggressive! B-E-aggressive!
The UCF Knights play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeart Radio app.
Hey, this is former Daytona 500 winner Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Ricky Stenhouse has won the Daytona 500. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Daytona 500 winner.
Go! And your drive just got better with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Which is kind of an interesting text. And I have not done any back-end research on this in a long time, so I'm just going to kind of go off the cuff here, but it's an interesting message. It says soccer would have to pass the NBA before it passes Major League Baseball. MLB's fan support and TV ratings are higher than the NBA's. The NBA is perceived to be ahead of Major League Baseball because of social media, but the metrics don't bear that out. That's an interesting text, and I'm not going to completely dismiss it. I think that if you are going to come with a take like that, as I would say to Jaden on Grade the Take, I need some numbers. You say that the TV ratings don't bear that out. What are the ratings then? And with TV ratings, it can be noisy, and it also needs to come with proper context. Are we talking regular season games, postseason games? Where are those games being aired? All of that stuff matters. The NBA's playoffs are during a time of the year, especially as they get deeper into the playoffs, when people start taking vacations. It's the heat of the summer. School just let out. Like, our schedule in this country changes. The World Series is going on in October, when we're watching more TV and consuming more sports than at any other time in the year. Also, the thick of the NBA season, where their regular season is going on, so before it gets really interesting, goes right up against football. Now, the baseball does, but that's when baseball's at its peak, so it can compete to a degree. I think that some of that stuff, I would be interested to look into that.
And with TV ratings, I don't watch a lot of MLB games. Do they have a paywall? Or are they behind a streaming service? Or are they on mostly local TV stations like that? Because the NBA really has a lot of streaming services they're on when it comes to games. So it's really hard to judge ratings like that as well.
It's very hard to judge ratings today. What I would do in judging ratings, I would only use what games are on the biggest networks like NBC or ESPN or Fox. Using the streaming numbers, you're just like throwing stuff against the wall.
Right.
But the NBA and Major League Baseball work the same. Both, the majority of their games are behind that paywall, but they have a couple of feature games that are on the big networks. I'd be curious to see how that plays out. But I don't want to eat too much into our segment here because I am pumped to talk about this. I don't know if I have mentioned this yet, but I am an esteemed Heisman voter now.
Oh, we know.
I submitted my first vote last year. It was my first year with a ballot. It was awesome. Thank you to Mike Bianchi for giving me one of those. And thank you to whoever else either retired or died so that I could get a vote. My first vote was for Fernando Mendoza. So that will be a name that means something to me forever. It also kind of feels like I got it right. You know, it wasn't a prediction. It was a vote, but it's cool when your vote wins.
Cashes in. Yeah, it's kind of like a bet. I see what you're laying down.
I got a little trivia for you.
All right.
Can you bring up the Heisman list? Just type this into whatever search engine you're using. The Google machine.
I'm on the Google machine.
The history of Heisman Trophy winners.
Okay, I'm on it.
Okay. Past 20 years, can you tell me the last Heisman winner who was also the favorite to win the Heisman at the start of the year?
Oh.
Look at the list and think who would have been a favorite going in. Go back to, let's say, 2010 till now.
Was it Tebow?
Time, it was not Tim Tebow.
Reggie Bush.
Not Reggie Bush.
All right, last guess. Hold on.
When was Reggie Bush would have been earlier than that.
05.
No. So 20. I'm giving you the
we're
parameters.
going. I'm sorry.
2010 to 2026. When was the last time a player was the favorite going into the season and then won the Heisman?
Was it Jameis? Famous Jameis?
You're in the right range of years. It was Marcus Mariota in 2014. That was the last time a guy was favored to win the Heisman, went into the season, and then won the Heisman. The fact is that if you want to bet somebody to win the Heisman, don't take the favorite. So that would include the likes of C.J. Carr, and who's the quarterback at Notre Dame, and Arch Manning at Texas. So see ya, we're on to the next. Let's continue to play the exclusion game here. Since 2006, 16 of the 20 Heisman Trophy winners have been quarterbacks. Goodbye, Jeremiah Smith. See you later. 16 of 20 have been quarterbacks. No surprise. Over the last 4 seasons, each Heisman winner has been a transfer portal baby. So we're going to get rid of the likes of Julian Sayin. Arch Manning, again, off the list. We're going for transfer portal babies. There seems to be a theme here. Transfer to a better school, put yourself in position to win the Heisman. The last 5 seasons, we've seen a healthy rotation of conferences that have been winners as well. Pac-12, when that was a thing, SEC, Big 12, and the latest, the Big 10. There's a big conference I'm leaving out here. So if that holds, we can say goodbye to some Big 10 options because we're going to rotate the conferences. And Fernando Mendoza won last year. Julian Sayin, Dante Moore, Josh Hoover. See you later. I think this leaves us with a transfer portal quarterback who plays in the ACC that isn't the odds-on favorite to win.
This is where I take over. My man, Darian Mensah coming to South Beach. All right, I know what you're thinking. Malachi Toney, the face of the Hurricanes. Why would he not be the favorite instead of Mensah? Well, Mensah at Duke won the ACC, so let alone he's a winner. He won at Duke, a basketball school. He threw for almost 4,000 yards last year with 36 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. That's with the Duke squad. Now, think about who he has on this Miami squad. Malachi Toney. He brought in his number 1 receiver from Duke, Cooper Barkate. All right? We have Mark Fletcher Jr. in the backfield, and his backup, Marty Brown, is an amazing receiving back that he can dink and dot to all season long, and I'm expecting a huge season from our starting tight end, Elijah Lofton, who was supposed to break out last year. This is going to be the year that Darian Mensah takes home the Heisman, and Miami's going to get their first Heisman winner in forever.
So lock it in. Darian Mensah, with all of our protocol, becomes a good bet to win the Heisman Trophy Award. He is at 12-1. I think a couple of other good ones would be Trinidad Chambliss of Ole Miss, Lenora Sellers. I love him. I'm a little worried that the Gamecocks aren't going to be good enough to propel him to a Heisman. And watch out for Byron Brown, who transferred from USF to Auburn with his head coach from last year. If they're decent, he could definitely be a sleeper in this conversation with his dual threat ability. Up next, our resident money man, Mike Giannetti from SpotTrack.com, on the way after this.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
You know, in sports, the best teams always protect their home field. That's exactly why I just had a system installed from Burton Smart Home and Security Systems. Listen, when it comes to protecting my family, I'm not trusting some national chain 5 states away. And I definitely wasn't going to go the do-it-yourself route. I want experts, not amateurs. Burton is locally owned, and they've been protecting homes and businesses for over 25 years. They came out, evaluated my home, and built a custom system specifically for my property with encrypted HD cameras, motion sensors, door sensors, smoke monitoring, and full smart home control. I can monitor everything: cameras, locks, alarms, even the thermostat, right from my phone anywhere in the world. And right now, you can get a free doorbell camera with their video package. Give them a call at 407-349-4040 or visit bhssecurity.com and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you. License number EF200001584, Burton Smart Home Security. Protect your home like it's game day every day.
Summers can be brutal in Florida, but the only thing that makes it worse is the bugs. And if you need help and you need it fast, there's only one option that I recommend, and it's Burn Pest Control. Joe and his team are trustworthy, reliable, and exceptional at what they do, which is ridding bugs from your home and the surrounding areas. So if you've been searching for a personalized and friendly pest control provider at a reasonable price, there's only one place to call: 321-297-7985, or go to burnpest.com, because the bug stops here.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 689-281-8395 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. Call 689-281-8395 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 689-281-8395 for fast, easy, and affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinic treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 689-281-8395.
In a world parched for excitement, Twisted Tea's your refreshing thrill ride of flavor. The hard iced tea that's smooth, made with real brewed tea and 5% alcohol. Twisted Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Listen to 96.9 The Game in your smart home. Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game on iHeart Radio. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
When power goes out and cell networks fail, AM radio can be a lifeline with local news, weather, and emergency information. But time is running out. AM radio could disappear from new cars unless Congress acts. Please text the 2 letters AM to 39179 and tell Congress to vote yes on the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act. Text the letters AM to 39179. Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop. This message furnished by the station.
Have you looked in your jewelry box lately? You could be sitting on thousands of dollars in jewelry you no longer wear. But here's good news. International Diamond Center will buy it from you right now.
If you've got old gold or jewelry just sitting around, if you've got a diamond ring that you no longer have a use for, come into IDC. We'll evaluate it. We'll pay you top dollar. We'll pay you what the item is worth.
That's IDC's Brian Stamey.
People are amazed at the value of the jewelry that they bring to us and the size of the checks that they walk out of IDC with.
Or maybe you want to restyle or reset that old jewelry into something new and trendy, or trade it in for something you'll love to wear. Buy, sell, or trade, IDC can make magic with old jewelry. So take a look at what you have. Diamonds, gold, gemstones, watches. IDC's buyers are ready to make you an offer.
You will be amazed at how much those items are worth today. You are going to be blown away by what's been sitting in your drawer, waiting for you to cash it in all this time.
International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia. Or visit us online anytime at shopidc.com.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers-only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown, Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
O'Reilly! It may be sunny out now, but severe storm season is just around the corner. Your local O'Reilly Auto Parts has the emergency supplies you may need, including generators, tarps, emergency lighting, and cleanup supplies. Prepare now for severe storms ahead with a visit to the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Everyone's home through the summer, so let's not do anything illegal. But if you do, Trey Flynn is there by your side. I'm talking DUI, serious felony. His expertise in the courtroom and record speaks for itself. Trey Flynn is unlike many in the industry. Compassion for those who have made life-altering mistakes, especially during these summer months. Your free case evaluation is just a click or a phone call away. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
Lowe's Pro Rewards members. Save big during Lowe's Pro Savings Days. Get your member volume discount plus an extra 5% off eligible orders with a quote of $2,000 or more. And buy more and save more with up to 20% off in-stock molding when you spend $250 or more. Members get more at Lowe's. Valid through 7/31. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Can't be combined with any contract or special pricing. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit the Pro Desk or Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
All right, it's officially the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents. Up to 40% off select tech, 20% off for teachers, and more. Check out all the deals at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Draymond Green earlier this summer turned down his player option with the Warriors. Will play for Golden State this season on a $27.7 million deal. Jalen Carter, now the highest paid defensive tackle in NFL history. A 4-year extension from the Eagles, $152 million. Steelers defensive back Jalen Ramsey starting the season on the physically unable to perform list due to a knee injury suffered during minicamp. I'm Frank Aaron.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by iHeartAdvertising.com. Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again, because people are listening to radio more today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeartRadio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, even social. Learn how radio can help your business. Call 844-844-iHeart.
Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game. He's the Sultan of Salary, our very own sports financial guru. When athletes get paid, he's our go-to guy. He's Mike Giannetti from SpotTrack.com.
Mike Giannetti, our go-to sports financial expert, the best in the business. You can find his work over at SpotTrack.com. Vita Vea has thrown up the bat signal for a trade. The question is, Mike, will he be granted one?
I don't think so. Seems like there's still too much
too much puff inside that Buccaneers locker room to really let their key player go, defensively speaking, especially with Baker now basically on a 1-year contract on the other side of the ball. So I think something gets done financially with that one specifically, but I wouldn't imagine this thing stretches out too far. It does seem like this is an all-in or bust season for Tampa Bay right now.
30-plus years old, defensive tackle, a position that does not age well, and looking at the PFF numbers, he also slid backwards last year. Maybe some of that is due to the fact that the defense around him wasn't great, but what could they realistically fetch for him? I think Bucs fans I would think they'd be surprised to learn what the actual return would be.
Exactly, especially because there's a contract attached to this thing. You probably got to bump this out at least 2 full guaranteed years, and the going rate for interior linemen just went up about another $6-7 million in the past hour or so. So it's probably a late round pick at this point, Brandon. I'd say probably a 5th that can go to a 4th right now because of everything that's attached to it, including the age, as you mentioned.
So reports claim the Baker Mayfield talks have ended. He'll play out the season on his current contract. I imagine this is the way that Tampa Bay drew it up. They're going to receive a lot of criticism for this because fans want to see their guy taken care of, but we've talked about this. Seems like a dream scenario for the Bucs that they get to see if he's able to do it one more time.
No question. And I do think Baker's not too mad about this either. He seems to be the kind of person, and I think his agency's on his side, that sort of likes to play this role and bet on himself and get the team sort of riled up in terms of the conversation that, free agency is around the corner. He's also staring at potentially a $50 million franchise tag if things go well. So I don't think there's a bad ending for either side here, obviously, unless the wheels fall off with an injury or production. But I think both sides are pretty content with how things have gone for the past 3 seasons. And Baker's going to have to live and die with about $27 million base value right now.
But you don't think this is a situation where he's potentially offended by this and says, I'll prove myself and then I'll also walk out in free agency? Do you think that that could be a storyline in my world? I'm just seeing, I want to see from your perspective if that's something that should be tossed in the trash or saved for Stephen A. Smith.
I think the only way that we get to that point is he has a nice season, a good enough season, right, to warrant a free agent contract, and Tampa Bay does not give him that franchise tag. You know what I mean? At that point, they're saying out loud again and again, you're not a $50 million quarterback within our system. You're going to have to walk away to find that money, and he will at that point in time walk away, because I do think at that point, with 3 + 4 years at least the second-tier quarterback mark, $50 million is the going rate, and then some.
We're talking to Mike Giannetti from SpotTrack.com. We'll get to the Jalen Carter contract in a minute. I'm realizing on my notes I wrote Javon Carter. He plays for the Magic, completely different level of players. But I want you to listen to this Ndamukong Suh clip that we played on the show yesterday. He describes life as an NFL player and the reality of the dollars that are brought in at the base level. Listen to this.
Man, there's guys that are, again, still living paycheck to paycheck because $100,000 and you're getting hidden with the jock tax and cut that in half. Like you're playing for New York. That's $50,000 that you're bringing home. Think about that. Let's just bump it up to $200,000. You're living in New York or / New Jersey. You making $200,000 and you cut that in half. That's $100,000, but they're expecting you to live like the superstar that's making $40 million a year.
Do those numbers check out?
I mean, not exactly in 2026, but, what it made me think of immediately is, for the next 6 months, one of my jobs every single morning is to wake up and add guys to the roster or bring them off the practice squad. And those are the guys I think he's referring to. Obviously not the $100 million contract he signed, after his rookie deal. But the guys that are in and out week to week, practice squad 1 week, active roster 1 week, 4 teams within the regular season, basically playing the prorated minimum salary week to week. Yeah, that stuff does add up, especially if 3 of those games are in California at the 50% tax rate, and 3 of those are in New York. You know how this works, right? So there's no question it's a huge part of it. The international stuff is a big factor. Going to Canada is a big factor from a tax perspective. So it is starting to add up more and more. But, this is the healthiest sports league maybe in the world right now. So I don't think financially speaking there should be too much to gawk at here.
And that is what the jock tax is, right? You're getting taxed on that game check per the state or country that you played in.
Right, and the per diem stuff factors into that as well. If you practice in a state for 4 days or 3 days in that week, all that stuff adds up. So he's not wrong that this does start to nickel and dime from a big perspective, but 2026 money is a lot different than when Ndamukong Suh played football.
Yeah, well said. So new contract for Jalen Carter of the Philadelphia Eagles. This thing is a monster deal, the biggest defensive tackle contract in NFL history is the way that it's been reported. What can you tell us about this?
No question. The $106 million guaranteed is historic. The $38 million a year historic. Everything about this thing is top line. This is a young player. It's a number one pick for them. This is the second, D alignment that they signed just this offseason, respectively. They're going to flip the switch to the secondary next season. It's just gas pedal all the way down. Look, it's one of those situations where because of how the Eagles do this, the bottom line of the contract really doesn't matter, because if he's good enough, they're going to do this again in 2 years. It's just how Philadelphia operates. So take the grain of salt with the full contract, focus in on the $106 million guaranteed, which is good enough to be historic, and we'll see how he's playing in 3 years when Howie Roseman wants to do this all over again.
Great news for Philadelphia. Even better last Friday when the city signed LeBron James. We have not had a chance to chat with you since that news came down. Were you shocked, like the rest of us, that it wound up being the Philadelphia 76ers?
LeBron to Philly definitely surprised me. The minimum salary definitely surprised me. It's the anti-superstar situation, especially at the end of a career when he did have an ability to cash in. We'll see where this goes, but that's I think it's the best basketball fit in terms of the full picture, as long as the pieces combined here can stay healthy for the balance of the season, LeBron James included. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun, no question.
Do they? And I would think that even though he signed a bare minimum deal, that they're pretty much done. There's nothing else Philadelphia could do. They have to be, between Jaylen Brown and Joel Embiid alone, they've got to be pretty much to the brim as far as these contracts go.
I'd say done till October, but what's to say that they can't shake this up at the February deadline because of all these kind of riches that they have, and we'll see how the pieces bear out over the next 5 months. But it's a complete project to start the season, but I think there's plenty of room to flex, LeBron included, when we get into the Christmas months for sure.
All right, last thing for you. Anything new on Tarek Skubal? We've got the MLB trade deadline coming up.
Yeah, it sounds like he's going to make his next start, which surprises me a little, just from a protection standpoint. There's got to be a Godfather request out there from Detroit, right? This is what we're looking for. These are the two prospects we need, plus whatever else. They probably reached out to 6 or 7 teams because there's really only a few, buyers at this point in time. If they get it, they send him. There's no question they should send him with the right offer. I'd say he's the big fish right now. I'd put Clay Holmes with the Mets as the next starting pitcher in that list, and we'll see where we go from there. I'm not sure it's going to be an explosive trade deadline as things sort of look right now, though, Brandon.
And I've heard some people mention, well, you got to see how the Tigers are playing, if they're able to rattle off some wins. These teams can't operate that way, where they go, well, we're 2.5 games out of the wild card, not 5.5 games out. So in that sense, we won't take this Godfather offer. There's no way that these front offices can operate like that.
No, because what you're doing is you're comparing it to what's going to happen, 6 months from now, which is you're going to slap a qualifying offer on him. He's going to decline it, which essentially tags compensation to him when he goes and signs the $400 million contract next offseason, or whenever there is an offseason. And so you're comparing that, you're making sure you get at least that comp A draft pick version player, and then you're looking for probably one more exact type player to go with that to double the ante. So if they get it, they ship them. If not, we'll see if the Tigers can make a run and hope for the best. That's just how it's got to work this time of year.
Mike Giannetti from SpotTrack.com, our go-to sports financial analyst, the best in the business. Always appreciate the time, Mike. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Coming up next, we've got more from all of you. The Game Heads, text in 50857. You can tap that microphone icon and let it fly. We're also going to check in with Dax McCarty, MLS Apple TV match analyst, who's a huge part of the FS1 coverage of the World Cup. So we'll chat with him about that coming up in about 10 minutes.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
You know how recruiting works in college sports. You don't just grab any player. You find the right one to fit your system. That's how Trajan Wealth builds portfolios.